What is going on? Welcome to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be going over how to create this mask effect / transition. I've seen this split screen type of effect being used in music videos nowadays. There's a lot of different ways that you can create them, and I really like the way this effect looks, so I want to show you guys how to create it. Here in After Effects, I have 4 layers in total, so we're going to be creating a transition from the first clip into the 4th clip, and then for this clip, we're going to be creating that wipe effect in order to create that really smooth transition. This is the layer that we're going to be using in order to create that mask out effect, and for this layer it's going to be 10 frames long. And the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to mask out the middle part of this layer so that we can get our subject's face. I'll just turn on the proportional grid. I'm going to mask out this part of the layer, so you don't want it too big because we're going to be duplicating this layer. I'll have it like that, and then I'm going to just position it up a little bit and then duplicate this layer, bring the position up because we're going to be having one at the top and then one also at the bottom. For this one, we're going to lower the scale so that it actually fits into the composition, and also just bring down the position. Because the top part is cut off, I'm going to also change the positioning of the mask. So you want to click that layer, click M in order to open up the mask, and then we're going to just drag this up a little, also bring down the position. I'll just have that part of the layer masked out. Just make sure to position the layer and just leave some space between these 2 layers. We're going to duplicate this layer one more time, bring the position down so that we can add it to the bottom of the layer. I'm going to have this one scaled down a bit. It doesn't have to be the same exact size as the top one. I'll scale that down to 58%, and then you also just want to bring up the position so that we have an equal amount of space between these layers. I'm also going to move the mask of this layer as well. Move that down just a little bit and then bring up the position. So now we have all 3 of these layers. Because we want to create that effect where they offset, we don't want all of these layers to play at the same time. So what I'm going to do, I'm also just going to change the color of these so that we don't get confused. Okay, so these are the layers that we're going to be using. And for the first layer, which is the layer in the middle, that's going to be the one that appears first. And then the second layer, or the top layer, is going to be appearing second. And then the bottom layer is going to be appearing third. I'm going to go forward 3 frames from the beginning of this clip. And we're just going to cut that layer so that that's where it's going to start. And then I'm going to go forward 2 frames, cut that layer. So now we have all 3 of these layers appearing at different times. Because we masked out the layer, we have a transparent background, so we're going to create a new solid and just make the color of the solid black. This solid layer is going to be the background layer for this mask out effect. Rename that to BG for background. Grab all 4 of these layers and pre-compose them. I'll just name that to mask effect. Before this mask effect plays, we're going to create an adjustment layer so that we have a flash effect between this first clip into the mask effect. So let's create a new adjustment layer. Make this adjustment layer 4 frames long. Bring this adjustment layer between the first and the second layer, and we're going to add an exposure. Keyframe the exposure at 3 at the center, and then also keyframe the offset at 0.2. Keyframe both the beginning as well as the end at 0. Easy ease all of these keyframes, and now we have that really cool flash effect right before this mask effect plays. Duplicate that layer, and we're going to drag this adjustment layer towards the end so that right when this mask effect is finished playing, we have a flash effect at the end as well. And for this layer, which is the 3rd clip, we're going to be creating a wipe animation. So before we do that, we're going to add a motion tile. Because we are going to be keyframing the X value of the position, I'm going to increase the width to like 300. Click mirror edges and then open up the position of this layer. I'm going to keyframe this in a way where it slides from the right to the left. Go towards the beginning and then keyframe the position around there, and then go towards the end or right before the end, and then just keyframe the position back to its original position. Bring that keyframe towards the end, turn on the motion blur, and also easy ease both of these keyframes. To make this wipe animation look even better, we're going to add a directional blur. And for this directional blur, because it's going to be animating in the X value of the position, we want to change the direction of this to 90 degrees and also increase the blur length to around 85. I'm also just going to bring this keyframe at the start 1 frame back, and then bring the other keyframe 1 frame forward, just so that right when this wipe animation starts playing, it's already animating and it just feels a lot smoother. Now when I play this is what we have for our final effect and animation. We have that really cool mask effect as well as the wipe animation. But that is all I have for this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.